Hello everyone, it's Allison. I hope you've had a nice weekend. Today is the 27th of January 2020, and I have a couple of ideas I want to run by you. This will be my weekly Forex trading ideas, all based on the concept of divergence. Okay, so if you're looking for ideas of what to look at this week, I've got some really good ones for you. All my trade ideas are taken from the 4-hour chart. Now, you need to understand that divergence usually gives a warning that the market might turn. But if you are in an uptrend, it could be a retracement or it could be the beginning of a new trend. So you must also observe a few other things if you're going to trade divergence successfully. If you're new to the channel, don't forget, if you like what you see today, or if you find this to be of any value to you, don't forget to like my channel, subscribe to the channel, like this video, and also do us a favor and also share it among your family and friends. It's going to help us in what we're trying to achieve, and also give me some encouragement to do more videos. Okay, so I have found divergence to be a very good strategy, and I will probably go to my Telegram group and show you some of my recent results. I trade up divergence, I trade price action, I trade support and resistance, and it all has to be put together to be able to make some sense. So without further ado, let's dive into what pairs we are going to look at today, and then we are going to look at the MT4 platform as well. Okay, so these are some of the can I say signals I have already. They're all taken off the 4-hour chart, which is quite good. The higher the time frame, the better. Like I said in my other videos, divergence have two types. You have the regular bullish divergence. You have the hidden bearish divergence. I prefer out of the regular and hidden, I prefer hidden divergence. Hidden divergence is for trend continuation. The markets always like to take the path of least resistance. So while regular bullish divergence is great, it could just be a retracement. But when you find hidden bearish or bullish divergence, those are slightly better off to trade, because the trend is to continue, and it is easier for the trend to actually continue than for it to change, especially on a higher time frame. So we have Usdchf bullish divergence, we're looking to buy. AUD CAD bearish divergence, we're looking to sell. GBP AUD bearish divergence, we're looking to sell. AUD USD CAD bearish divergence, we're looking to sell. And CAD CHF bullish divergence, you're looking to buy. So once again, all these are regular divergence, all taken off the 4-hour chart. Okay, so I'm going to go to my MT4 platform and let us see how we are going to approach it. We have our list. Let us, if you have a piece of paper, you can write down those pairs so that we can look at them real quick. We have once again AUD JPY, we have AUD CAD, and we have GBP AUD, USD CAD, and then USD CHF. Okay, I'm going to show you how you're going to trade all these pairs, what my suggested approach would be. Okay, so let's go back to my MT4 platform, one of my accounts. So first, this is the what do you call it, DAX. So let's just take this off. Let us put on our first pair, which is going to be AUD JPY on here, and we are on the 4-hour time frame. And let me see. So we're looking for that one. 1 minute, I forgot we're looking for that one. We're looking to let's see that one there. So that one is a buy idea. Look at what it's a buy. This is sell idea for the AUD card, and for the GBP AUD it's a sell idea, and USD card is a sell idea, and then CAD CHF is a buy idea. Sorry, I'm just making my own notes here. Okay, let's go back to my MT4 platform then. Okay, and see what to buy. Okay, cool. So the first thing we'll have to do, let us if we're looking to buy, what we are seeing here is I know the pair has moved quite a lot today, but as you can see, so AUD card actually gives us a much better example. Let's zoom out a little bit, okay? So with AUD card, you see that the pair has made what? The pair has made a lower low, all right? Okay, but the oscillator, my stochastic oscillator, is making a higher high, okay? So that is your one example of a bullish divergence on the H4, okay? So, but the first thing you're going to have to do is to have to mark out your support and resistance zones, okay? So to give us an idea, I just use just ordinary lines to mark out significant levels. That's a level, support there, resistance, resistance. 2 touches is usually okay. So are we in a support or resistance area? We should ask ourselves. So as you can see here, price has turned around here several times, and at the moment we are in a ranging market for this one, okay? In a ranging market, so we can expect price to come all the way up here for AUD card, all the way up here, what has 200 pip move, which is going to be amazing for any of your pockets, right? So but what you're going to do, prices don't just turn like that. We're going to wait for a price action confirmation, okay? Mostly on a lower time frame. So probably go to the 4-hour chart and see what's going on there. So that's what we had, the divergence. And then you can begin to look at the 1-hour chart and begin to look for price action confirmation that price is already going in our favor, okay? So if we go back to the 1-hour time frame, what we want to see, we want to see this trend line here. There's a trend line here already, okay? A bit of a trend line here, all right? And before we make any move to buy, we want to see that this trend line is actually broken and it's also retested, okay? So we have this bullish divergence on the 4-hour, and then we're going to approach, how do we then trade it, okay? I would come down to the 1-hour time frame, and then I draw this trend line here, okay? And I'm seeing that what I want to see is price already moving in my direction, and by so doing, I want to see price come or cross over here, okay, and then retest this, and then we can go, okay? So that is how you're going to trade. You're not just going to jump in because it says bullish divergence. You're not just going to jump in. You're going to have to wait until price begins to move in your direction. Now, usually when they move, it's very, very aggressive. So they move, you don't have to wait for an entry. Now, having said that, we've seen an initial push up, this first push up, and then we're having a retracement, okay? So you can buy on this retracement only because we are at a very, very good support level. This pair is still ranging, so we might expect a breakout on either side. But what I'm expecting is that this price to go up, and we are going to put our stop loss somewhere just below here, okay? Somewhere just below here. Sometimes they can dip, we can just put our stop loss just below here, or you can use 1 ATR if you want to be really very, very objective, or very, very have a rule-based method. You can use 1 ATR for your stop, just to give the market room to breathe, okay? We are in a general downtrend and the daily, but we have now broken into consolidation. The pair has been coming down steadily, so it has maybe taken a pause. It could continue its merry way down. It could also continue up. We don't know. So, but with this divergence, it tells us that this downward momentum at this time is running out of steam, okay? So that will be AUD card, okay? So let us look at that pair, which is GBP AUD. That one is a buy idea. So that was on the 4-hour time frame. We found the idea. Now again, you can see the price here is making a higher high, okay? But our oscillator is making a lower low, okay? So this is what we call a regular bearish divergence, okay? So right, let's see. Okay, so again, the way to trade this one, in my opinion, is to have your trend line, okay? You make a little trend line here, all right? Trend line here, Let's see, it might not respect it, but if it takes 2 or 3, should be all right. 2 touches, 3 touches should be perfectly fine, right? And again, let's go to the daily first to go and mark out our support and resistance lines. Zoom out a bit, and then we can see that this pair has been trending up for some time. But if you look here and begin to see what might be a head and shoulders pattern, see the head, one shoulder here, one shoulder here, that's the head, okay? So this has now made a high. Let's see what kind of candle we finished on yesterday. So it's still quite bullish, if you see what I mean, compared to this candle here. That's a bearish candle. So you want to wait for a bearish price action. You want to wait for a bearish candle to come off. This is still very, very bullish. So I wouldn't even think of entering this this trade right now, because at the moment it's still very bullish. So even though you have a bearish divergence, it does not mean that the pair is going to reverse straight away. Having said that, the signs are there that this is going to reverse. This is looking like a flag pattern to me, if you ask me. A flag to continue upwards, we don't know. So you have to be very careful. These are all trading ideas, just giving you some tips on what to watch out for when you start trading this, okay? So we have seen this trade, and it is also in an area of previous support, resistance as well. If we zoom out a little bit, we can see, let's go back in time, we try the daily time frame. As you can see, this area has acted as resistance here. Let us zoom back a little bit more, or even go on a weekly to see if it's an important area. So it is not, it's acted as resistance a few times, but no major support area. So I'll be very careful with this one, because you want to see areas of where it has acted as resistance and support at least 2 or 3 times, 2 or 3 touches, okay? So I'll be very careful with this one, because the trend is still quite up, but we probably want to see if it takes out this high. You might want to retest this previous high here. So you want to be very, very careful. You have to wait, let there be some accumulation period, and then there's definitely going to be a breakdown somehow. So when it crosses this line, then you can look to enter. Let the price be moving in your direction before you enter the trade. So it's going to have a push down and then a retest, and then you can then go, okay? That is how I would approach this one, okay? So that is for GBP AUD. Let's look at USD card. USD card, where's the USD card? That one there. Again, USD card, let me take that one off. Again, it's very similar to what we had with GBP AUD. Let me delete that, because again, you see price is making a higher high, but then oscillator is making a lower low. So there's a disagreement between them two. It tells us that this is going down. But this is quite interesting, because this looks like this is a general downtrend, okay? So this might even work out even a lot better than the other one. This is a general downtrend. You can see the trend on the daily is down. You can see that channel going down. It's 2-3 touches here. Let's do that. A couple of touches here. Okay, that's a downward channel right there. So it has hit the top of that channel, and then we have a bearish divergence, which is quite good news. So I think I'm quite interested in this one, USD card. I'm going to watch it further. So probably going on to the 4-hour chart, where we have seen the divergence touching this trend line. This is multiple confirmation. And also in terms of your horizontal support and resistance, is it an important area? Yes, it is, because it has acted as resistance here, support here, resistance. This is quite good. You can see the confluence of factors supporting a potential downward move here, okay? So again, don't just jump in. And also we've actually had a bearish pin on the 4-hour. Let's see what the daily closed at. The daily is still pushing up, but a daily pin back, bearish pin back will be ideal. But on the 4-hour, begin to see signs that this is going to break down. But don't forget that the market makers don't just reverse the market. If you see what happened here, it took some time for this to turn around. So they could consolidate here like you're doing here. You need to understand how these guys operate. Sometimes they could consolidate like you have here. This is why you must not just jump into the market. This is still a possibility before the market then rolls over completely. Okay, it does take time for this move to develop, so just keep it on your watch list, and this also teach you some patience as well. Okay, so lastly, let's look at USDCHF. That's meant to be a buy opportunity. USDCHF meant to be a buy opportunity. Let's look at the 4-hour time frame. So why is it a buy opportunity? What am I seeing here? USDCHF is meant to be a buy opportunity, so the market should be going up. Well, generally speaking, the whole trend is going up for this one. Let's look at that. This is going up trending. Okay, so I think what I saw there initially was I think was quite early this morning, so I think that formation may have disappeared, but the price was making a lower low, and then the oscillator was making a higher high, but I can't seem to see that on here now, so I'll probably just leave that. But I hope you understand with all the other pairs I've talked about. You can rewind this video and have a quick look, and just give you some trading ideas. You need to make sure price is already moving in your direction before you make a move, otherwise you're going to get crushed by the market makers. So it's Alison here. Thank you very much for watching this video. I hope it's been of some use to you. You can ask me questions. I will leave a link to my Telegram group below. If you wanted to join up a Telegram group just to show you some of my results, let's look for a Telegram group and see if I can get you some of my results here. Actually, maybe I'll just leave a link below. You can just click through to the link and meet me in Telegram group. Don't forget to like, if you like the video, like it, and then give us a thumbs up. That's a like, and subscribe, and also turn on that notification bell if you like stuff like this, and we'll be happy to do a bit more explanations. So hopefully I'm going to do this weekly, and I hope you got some ideas that will make you some money this coming week. All right, I do share some live trading ideas and trade management in my paid Telegram group. I can always give you a link to that if you want that, but I'll leave a link to the general group first, and hopefully I will see you in my next video. So once again, it's Alison. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you again soon. All right, take care. Bye bye.